Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to the Return of the American Idiot Show, episode 107. Dal, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a long time.
Bro, it's been a long time. I can't believe this. And, of course, we had to get, after all of the news that happened this week, we had to get the one and only Ezee Spurs.
Of course.
On the show to see, not only to talk about one of the biggest heists of the transfer window, even in recent years, I would say. I mean, there have been bigger heists, let's be real. But of this transfer window, definitely. But discuss his expectations for Tottenham Hotspur this season. Because honestly, Ezee, I took a break from YouTube, so I haven't watched a lot. And I need to hear what you think of the Thomas the Frank engine, bro. I need to hear what you think about Kudus. I need to hear what you think about where you think you guys are going to do in the champs and the league this season. So, guys, make sure you smash the likes, get your questions in. We got about an hour. Let's get it going, dude. And all you Chelsea people, look, West Ham are going to be in the championship next season. So don't even I don't even care. I don't even care. They are the worst team in the league, bar none. That is all I'm going to say about the West Ham Chelsea game. That was brutal defending. Anyway, domination in the location.
I think they're the dustiest team in the league. I've got West Ham to get relegated this season. So
yeah,
all these results don't surprise me. I mean, they've conceded 8 goals in 2 games. They can hold that and hold it again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. People are blowing bubbles on their head top. I couldn't believe it. That Paqueta goal, as you would say, flatter to deceive. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe their response to that. It was unbelievable. But hey, I guess big up Chelsea for beating the worst team in the league. Anyway, Dal, how you doing, man? You good?
Great. All back from the beautiful trip in Scotland and England, and kind of been out there, got a little sun the last few days because it's been 35 degrees. So, yeah. And I had to get Ezee on the show, first show of the new season, because we're a tricky little club and we like to steal players under the noses of our rivals. So, of course, I had to rub that in, of course, to show Ezee. So don't think you're immune, bro, to the Ezee conflict today. But other than that, I'm back in the building. Let's get it going. Big up to everyone in the chat. Jason Carter, Acers, Color Ting, and whoever else is watching. Hit a like and sub. Let's get it.
Yeah, and everybody share the thing around, too, as well. Share the thing around. Show some love. All right, Ezee. Yeah. Who do you blame? That's my first question. Who do you blame for this Ezee fiasco? You guys were linked heavily for a week, even longer. Longer for not as heavy, I would say. Talk to me, bro. Are you blaming Levy? Are you blaming the player? Where are you at?
So TJ, look, first and foremost, thank you guys for inviting me back on this channel. I needed to make sure that I'm able to kind of state my case. And Dow, man, I'm just gutted that I missed you in the UK, but we're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make sure that I make a trip to Wisconsin to make sure.
Have fun finding me there. Anyway, about 4,000 miles to go, but yeah, okay.
That's being Dow's little running joke that I've been
absolutely. Good to see you back.
Look, you know me. I don't give a damn about Daniel Levy. On the face of things, when people say Daniel Levy doesn't do this, Daniel Levy doesn't do that, I'm not that guy. Because I look at Ndombele, I look at Lo Celso, I look at Bissouma, I look at Romero, Kulusevski, Udogie, Van de Ven. So when you look at the players that we brought in, Richarlison, Solanke, and the money that we've spent, you can't say that the chairman doesn't spend. And that's been the criticism of Daniel Levy. He doesn't spend money. He doesn't do what you need. No, he does spend money. We just buy rubbish players. Now, in this instance with Ezee, this is the first time where Daniel Levy made it about him and not about Spurs. Now, I've got friends who work in construction who are part of the build of the stadium, and they will talk about Daniel Levy's ego. He would come in and he would be like, no, he would literally rip up the drawing on a Monday and ask them to do something and then be surprised that they can't just change it up. This issue with Ezee has got Daniel Levy written all over it. because he knows himself. He's got a reputation as a tough negotiator. So when he goes, when you're doing negotiation, it's about relationship building. If you come in all bravado, then something, depending on who's in the room, maybe you might get egg on your face. And in this instance, Evie got egg on his face because he was told quite clearly, give us 68 mil, Ezee's your guy, and Ezee agreed terms. But no, he's saying Ezee's not worth 68 mil. I'm going to pay 55 mil plus add-ons, which is a joke. So in doing that, you've allowed space for Arsenal to come in. And if you think about Macaroni, which is the chairman of Nottingham Forest, he was happy to sell Morgan Gibbs White, but he didn't want to sell Morgan Gibbs to Spurs. He would have sold him to any other team. Steve Parish, happy to sell Ezee, didn't want to send him to Spurs. And I feel like Levy let his ego get in the way. And in doing that, Arsenal have swooped in for a player they don't care, for a player they don't need, and taking Ezee under our very nose. And I have to say this, TJ, and now
a player we don't need is a little strong.
What?
You don't need Ezee, bro.
Oh, we do.
Yes,
we
we do.
100% do.
Let me tell you why you don't need Ezee.
Right.
Please tell me.
First and foremost, both of you
Let me get my pen and paper.
of the most shameless Arsenal, Red Tottenham, Spicy Spurs, Scots Bonnet FC, Red Hot Chili Peppers fans. You know, literally 2 days ago, you were not in the running for Ezee. You were not in the
Why were we linked with him in May?
You were linked with him, but you weren't doing nothing.
Because he wanted to move to the Arsenal in May.
No.
He made it loud and clear in May and June that he wanted Arsenal.
Ezee wanted the move, but you didn't want Ezee.
That's not true. He just wasn't our priority at the time.
Let me tell you why.
He wasn't our priority.
Can I just squash live and direct? This is a world exclusive here.
I can't wait. Yeah.
On American
This is why you're here. We need the exclusives.
This is delusion in the location, fam.
World exclusive. I am not buying this crap that one, you wanted Ezee, and two, that all of a sudden every Arsenal fan from across the pond all the way to Tokyo and here in the Middle East are shaking their bum violently like he was meant to be that guy. If you really wanted Ezee, why didn't you get it over and done with weeks ago?
Because we went out of
it was over and done with weeks.
For the cup game they just had, Glasner, whatever his name is, wasn't going to sell him then, and he told him that he wasn't going to sell him then. And so you guys went Red Hot Chili Peppers with an underbid of 55 million, right? We're the ones that always get the shit from, oh, you bid 40 million plus one for Suarez. You came in $10 million less than Ezee and Crystal Palace was even expecting. So who's the Red Hot Chili Pepper now?
No, I'm not gonna lie. We are mugs, but I'm not gonna sit here and have you both waffle on and pretend.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I'm gonna ask you an actual footballing question, Deji. Without Ezee, what is our weakest part of the pitch?
For me, there's two areas that are weak.
Okay. What's the first one?
And left.
Okay. Left wing.
Yeah.
As that is where Ezee will play.
And the 10. No, Ezee's not playing on.
Ezee's going to play on the wing.
Surprised if Ezee will play.
So you think Ezee is just going to step right into the 10, step right over Odegaard's dead corpse? There's no way.
Why did you bring in Madueke then?
Madueke was never going to be a starter for us. He was always going to be a squad player.
You've got Martinelli, you've got Madueke, and now you brought in Ezee. So why?
And we extended Trossard. Like, so what's your point? We have depth.
What I'm trying to say is, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Why are you shaking your bum? The whole thing don't make sense.
Because he is an England international.
Let me tell you what happened.
He's a league. He's a top league player.
I'm about to give you another world exclusive.
Can't wait.
Okay, hit me with it, bro.
This is the second world exclusive.
All right,
I love it.
Arsenal, in your attempt to embarrass Spurs with this saga,
you embarrassed yourselves, but okay.
Shot yourself in the foot and embarrassed yourselves. You guys ain't got no clue what you're gonna do. That's like having and forgive me if I get this wrong, and forgive me, I mean this genuinely. Yeah, you're the shittest team in the NFL, and you know that the player that you need is third draft. But you've gone and taken, but you've been given the offer for the first draft, and you take it anyway, despite the fact you're already covered in that position and you don't need it. That is just stupid.
You just said, Deji, you just said that we needed. No, hold on, Dal. Deji, you just said our left side needs work, and we just brought in one of the best creative midfielders.
Lying, he's not coming in for the left. I can't believe
he is. He is, dude. He is.
But there's an $80 million Saudi bid right now that's active for Martinelli that we're really looking at. So we're going to recover that.
If that actually gets over the line, I'll be shocked, to be honest.
That is going to get over the line. It may be the last day of the window, but I do not think Martinelli will be an Arsenal player come September.
I think Martinelli's stock has fallen so much, which is why we were in the market for him anyway.
No matter if it's 80 million, throw out the price tag. No matter what, Martinelli's going to move. I always thought if he moved, he would go to Villa, but they're not going to pay those wages, right? So Martinelli, Deji's already out the door, right? And then you have Trossard, who you both know, we all know is pushing 31, I think, 31. And I think this is kind of a retirement signing, right? It's kind of like, and it's not even really a signing. It's just a wage bump, essentially. I think he's still under the 2-year contract, if I remember. So it's not like he got a contract extension. Trossard got a wage bump. So in reality, Trossard can still fill in as striker if Gyökeres is off form, which is a whole other conversation because we know Kai Havertz is injured. But I want to make it clear that and I know that that I know that this is a very good signing, Deji. And you guys were very much after this player, obviously because Madison is injured and Kulusevski is crocked as well, right? I see that you guys needed him more, right, than us. And I can kind of give you that. I'll let you win that argument.
It would have made more sense
But for us now, this to me is I even put it on the gram. This is a transformative signing for Arsenal, and it is too. Yes, it is. Hold on. Let me describe this, and I'll let you go. He's going to be used on the left side, but not necessarily as that wide winger, right? He doesn't have to play wide. What I think it's going to do, it's going to play more inside on the left, which is going to give Luis Skelly or Calafiori more room to overlap, which I don't want to happen. But I know that Arteta is going to invert the left back anyway. So maybe with Ezee, though, he won't invert
with Ezee, he can't. With Ezee, he can't. He can't. He has to play an overlap.
And we have to create space for Ezee and create that space for Gyökeres. But we can't do that with Martinelli. Martinelli's at the point now he just doesn't know where to be, right? So let's I'm 75% sure he's gone, bro.
This is why
that money back for a top player.
You rarely hear me say this, but this is why the American Idiot Show is one of my favorite shows, and I love having it because the amount of budgie banton that comes out.
Oh my god! Here we go.
It's like you guys have been smoking budgie banton on an empty stomach. Let me tell you something.
You finished 17th last season. Let's not forget that.
You mentioned the Swedish Ollie Watkins twice. We know that the Swedish Ollie Watkins ain't doing that. I actually said, the system that you play better than Gyökeres. The other thing that I would say, which I love the fact that you observed this. The reason why Ezee made sense for Spurs and not you is because we were happy for him to, 1, be our number 1 player, which I got no shame in saying, and 2, we were going to build our team defensively around him to allow him to do his thing. Because, he's a tacky player. He's a stylistic player.
For sure.
Arteta, just by the way that he set you up against Man United, it's very clear he doesn't want to play to any strengths of your player. I mean, Gyökeres was looking like a bum on the weekend against Manchester Piccadilly. And the one thing that we rate Arsenal players for, and no one ever criticizes Arsenal players for this, the whole team works hard. You've got Ezee, who ain't about that life. And I don't know how you guys think that Ezee somehow is going to play this inverted on the left row, somehow link up with Gyökeres when he ain't going to try and win the ball.
So you're saying that he doesn't work hard?
I'm trying to say
Who's
that
going to
That's your argument?
Martinelli or Eze? It's that simple. Who links up
I'm
with better, Martinelli or Eze? Who would link up better?
In terms of attacking play. Martinelli works harder. Martinelli is more of an Arteta side.
Working harder.
YouTube clips of bro. Martinelli's down half the time.
Working harder doesn't mean you're better necessarily, though. How often do you see Messi working hard?
Bro,
I never runs. So what?
You two are some of the most creative content creators on YouTube. I have to be
Thank you so much. You should tell your friends.
So much of this kind of
all credit to TJ.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, like, when in your creativity, you're always able to kind of spin it. Like, you know, TJ, I don't know.
I'm able to spin it.
No, I don't know what you guys
dude, you are the spinster dominator locator in every sense of the word.
You guys are like the witch in
bro, here's the thing, Deji, when you're not singing Cyndi Lauper, you're spinning the narrative. Like, give me a break. Come on.
Or getting your states
when you're not doing loser rap karaoke, you're out here in the spin zone. Come on.
He's talking about your karaoke, fam. Okay.
Okay, so hear me out now. When you sign, let's hear me out.
Hear me now and listen to me later.
And this is how I know that I've got you guys. And this is the lawyer side of me coming out. Are you ready?
God, I always forgot you're a lawyer, man. I thought lawyers were smarter than this.
All right, no worries, no problem. So you guys needed to do three. You had 3 signings you needed to bring, right, TJ? Yeah?
We did.
You needed to bring in a left-sided player. You needed to bring in a 10 now, and you needed to bring in a striker.
We did.
And I've been told that if you brought in those 3 players, you guys win the league. I don't believe when you guys got the Ezee signing confirmed that either of you believed or thought in that moment we're winning the Prem.
Facts.
Yeah. So what?
Job done.
No. But you're not telling the whole story. You're not telling the whole story.
Hey, tell me, first of all, it's only been 1 game of the season. All right, let's get some sensibility here. We're going to need to go around some games to get blended, Ezee to get blended, right? But let's not forget, Deji, we're the ones that went to Old Trafford and got the 3 points last time. We're the ones that stuck
it. One of the most dustiest things I've ever seen in my life.
But the fact of the matter is, plus, we start the place out. So tell me what other clubs, like your club, is going to go to Old Trafford and go get the 3 points.
Bro, we played United 4 times last season.
You ain't going to do it this time. You ain't going to do it this time. And Blum's going to destroy your fullbacks, bro.
So you're about to be.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, we showed some fight and some verve. I think Man City wins the league. I think Man City's win the league.
I don't think so.
We got
Liverpool's going to do it again.
So already we're already taking off on the spaceship, bro. And Ezee is a big addition. I don't think we win the league.
Can I make Deji? Let me make a statement.
Ezee pulls right on the left. What does that do? It gets rid of the double team on Saka. So now you have a whole nother problem, bro. When your man Saka isn't double teamed.
As if he's on the left, but Ezee won't be on the left.
All right, okay, Deji, can I tell you why? Like, I think this is a great saying, and I agree that I expect to win the league. Like, I expect it. Okay, there's a difference between expectations and predictions, right? I want to make that distinction because I expect us to win the league with our squad. Our squad is as complete as it's ever been in the Emirates era, in my opinion, right? I expect us to win the league. Do I think we will? Yes. Do I think we will? No, I don't. Because we still have Mikel Arteta in charge.
Right.
That is why.
I would tell you.
Can you agree? Is that can we meet in the middle there?
Yeah, I'm gonna meet in the middle. Like, legit. Okay. I think what you said makes sense. And look, I'm not here to poo-poo the place and make this a show where we can't make some. You
can make it a show, whatever you can make the show whatever you want. You're the guest.
No. I'm just, I like us to also debate football and have some logical statements. I don't think a team that consists of Martinelli, Madueke, Trossard,
all squad,
Odegaard, and the Swedish Ollie Watkins, we can't be saying that this team is capable of winning the league. Like, bro, I think you can compete. I think you could be in the top 3, but to say that you could win the league with that team, nah, that's a stretch too far, even for you, TJ.
Facts. No, I think what TJ is correct as well. Expectation and reality are two different things. If Arteta at the helm, we're probably not going to win it. But at least I know that with Ezee, that's hyped up the fan base, which is going to help in our home games. It's going to help in our away games, right? So if there's a buzz around the club, that's kind of the wave I'm going to ride on. I'm still Arteta out, but the thing is that Ezee is a game changer.
All right,
He's
can
a
I
game
ask you a
changer.
question now? I'm legit. Look, I know we're moving at 101 miles an hour, but we haven't seen each other in a while. So we're just kind of we got to get out all the kind of steam, all the kind of energy out quickly, and then we'll settle down. Are you guys more gassed about the Ezee signing because you pipped Spurs to Ezee, or because you think he's the missing piece to the jigsaw that gets it over the line?
You can answer first, Al.
I think it's the second option. Pipping you guys is great, but I'm trying to win a trophy. If we got to pip you guys, Chelsea, whoever it is, to the players that we need, I don't care. It just makes it that much sweeter, right? Of course, but I mean, bro, he's won that Palace, a team that we never really thought would win anything. This team, he has been the catalyst, bro, of getting them 2 trophies in the last 3 to 6 months. You know, and you go back and watch some of those games. He's not just going to be on the wide left like Martinelli is waiting for the ball, you know, and that's the thing. Martinelli and Ezee are 2 different types of players. You know it, Desi. Martinelli gets the ball, his head's down, he's looking to get around the right back. He couldn't get past Ashley Young last season.
Yeah.
Right? So he's just gone. And if we get somewhere in the $80 million for him to go to Saudi, you know, which I'm sure Martinelli will cook in Saudi. He's a very talented player. He's one of my favorite players in the squad. But the thing is Ezee is another level. Even all the football pundits are saying this here in America and England. TalkSport, ESPN FC were glazing him the other day, bro, saying this. Craig Burley saying this could be the piece. And I don't listen to those guys and think that that's, you know, the gossip of it. But this player, I think we're going to be surprised, is going to do something to this squad. You know, and I'm like you, Ezee. Desi. I'm calling you Desi. Ezee, Desi, a little mix. I
kind of feel dizzy with everything that's been going on the last 48 hours. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think the proper Arsenal want to see Ezee in the 10. I would rather see him overtake Odegaard's position because Odegaard's not direct enough, right? Ezee gets the ball, bro, he's fucking gone. Like there's no dinking it around, playing with your hair, passing it to Saka, getting it back, passing it to Saliba, getting it back. And again, look how much our left side over the last 2 seasons has been mid. And that's why Martinelli wasn't getting fed the ball because it was always going to Saka. We're predictable. But Ezee now, I think, breaks that predictability, even if it's just a little bit, because it's a little bit, like I'm saying, when we talked about the United game last week, a little bit sometimes is all you need. And remember, we do not have to go to Old Trafford unless it's a cup game for the rest of the season. I'm not gassed up about the ones, especially. Go ahead, TJ. But it's, you know, I will go get 3 points at Old Trafford any day of the week, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I'm glad that we didn't get in our own way, for lack of a better word, at Old Trafford. Like we played badly. Like let's be real. Like that was an awful watch. It doesn't look like any of these guys have been training together for the last 3 weeks. Like we look completely disjointed. I'm not going to go out there here and say that we were world beaters. Like we have some more gelling to do. Let's be real. But sure. To answer your question, Deji, I was more excited about the player because the player wins. The player knows how to win. He's an England international. He's a creative midfielder, and he can play on the left. That is what we've been missing in this club. That was, I think it was the last puzzle piece, to be completely honest with you, because now, Deji, there's no excuses. There's zero excuse for us not winning the league now, because the next domino that falls is Arteta.
Yep.
Because he is making the key decisions with one of the best squads we've had in the Emirates era.
For sure.
Period.
I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah, but you can forgive me though. You can forgive me for finding it a little bit strange that it took Havertz for you guys, or for your win
coincidence is a funny thing, my friend.
No, but here's the thing, Deji. Every little bit of journalism that I looked up once we got this over the line says that we've been negotiating with them since August 10th.
Yeah, I heard since June.
Havertz played against United. Yeah, like we just weren't getting it over the line yet. We weren't sure. We just weren't pulling the trigger yet. And Levy was getting and it's embarrassing for you because Levy was getting left on red by Crystal Palace's and Ezee's agent because he wanted to go to Arsenal the entire time and he was waiting for Arsenal to call.
And we all know the discussions were there. We all know the contact was there in June, if not May.
Like, look, man, like, don't be upset. Like, and here's the thing: is like, I'm not going to come on here and say you got little broed, but you got little broed. Like, I'm sorry, we're the more attractive project. You guys don't have any stability. You have a manager that's coming up from Brentford that I rate, by the way. I rate Thomas Frank. I think he's going to do a lot better. I think he's going to do a lot better than Ange Postecoglou. And I know that bar is pretty low. You guys finished 17th. But
I don't know what you mean by we don't have stability. I would think that we are looking even more stable than we did under Ange Postecoglou.
I don't know about that.
And we were able to do under Ange.
Half your squad is injured, dude. You're gonna see. We're gonna be watching Archie Gray ball. Like, what are we talking about here?
Bro, we picked up a trophy literally 2 months ago, bro. Something you haven't
against one of the worst Europa leagues in the history of the competition. Like, what are we talking about here? You guys played against 15th place Man United to win the final.
Bro, you
beat Frankfurt. You beat Frankfurt.
You beat that same 15th place Man United last week. They're dusty, bro. Like, we can't use.
I don't think they're going to be as dusty as last season, but I agree that they're dusty. I
agree. Their tactics are much better.
They're really dusty. Like, that team's crap. Cunha had a good game. Diallo had a good game.
Mbeumo had a good game.
One thing I would say is this.
I think De Ligt had a good game too.
A lot of Arsenal fans are trying to give Manchester Piccadilly credit where no credit is due. Like, let's not give them credit. Let me explain. And I warned. Sometimes a lot of people see me as an Arsenal hater. I'm not gonna lie. I could give a damn about
Arsenal Van Helsing, man.
But
come on.
There are some gems in what I say. For example, you guys have been dusty from pre-season. Pre-season is usually a marker of how you guys will start a Premier League season.
Right.
Yes, you won 1-0, but had that been any other team, you probably would have got slapped up. That's the truth.
Any other team in the top 10, I agree. It would have been a rough outing.
I
agree.
So I can't take anything from that game apart from Man United was so dusty last year that seeing Cunha run with the ball was like, hey, they're back. They're a decent team. They're crap, bro.
If Cunha had a little bit of pace, they would have scored too, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm worried about and what you guys should be worried about is that under this manager Arteta, every season it looks as if you're becoming more and more clueless. How can you have a front three?
Can't argue with that.
Bruv, you got Odegaard and Martinelli. You said it yourself, TJ. They look like they ain't been communicating.
Yeah, it's not the manager though.
Instinctive by now. Bloody hell. When is it going to be instinctive? You've been there together 6 seasons.
Right.
And I'm worried that with this Swedish Ollie Watkins, who everyone lauded as the best striker in the whole of it. Bruv, I'm the best striker in Vietnam. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, hold that.
You don't have 92 goals for Spain. What are you talking about?
Like,
you weren't the catalyst of Sporting lifting a title the first time in like 12, 15 years or something.
Big up, Corey.
You are hilarious, bro. The Vietnamese league.
I'm the best striker in Vietnam.
Striker out there at 5'7".
Bro, so I'm just saying, like, let's go.
Sound the team.
Let's go. Anyhow,
that's the sweetest. Yeah, really BBK.
As much as Ezee is exciting for you, I don't think he's going to have the impact that you guys suggest. But hey, stranger things have happened in football. But also, TJ and Dal, you both said the one thing that gives me hope as a Spurs fan. And to be honest, if Arteta ruins Ezee, I'm saying this publicly, good. Like, legitimately good for him. Because he had an opportunity to
said,
guarantee an England
spice.
place. And he's allowing his little childish fetish to get over his professional game. Do you get what I'm saying? Because for me, Arteta is a madman. He starts Odegaard ahead of Eze. And I bet you that's what we're going to be seeing. And then we're all going to be scratching our head like, what the hell's going on?
If he doesn't start against Liverpool, my Arteta out agenda is going to get a lot bigger. Right. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you
what.
Sure. But
I agree with you. I agree with you, Deji, that is a possibility to happen. I'm not disagreeing. I just think that like a novice manager, me and Dal, if me and Dal can see where he fits in best in this squad to balance it out in terms of talent on the pitch in every position, if he doesn't put Ezee there, man, it's cooked. Like he was never going to do it. He was never the right guy. Get any other manager you bring in will know where to put these players based on their profile. Get them out. Get somebody else in that can actually get it across the line. Because we have one season, Deji. We have one season left. Like for a lot of these players, Saliba is looking at Spain.
Gabriel, Saudi.
Eventually Gabriel will be looking the other way.
Timber,
yeah,
Man City.
Like, come on. Like I'm not unaware of the realities. Can I say that? Is that fair? I'm not unaware of the realities.
No, and I'm glad because the way Arsenal fans have been shaking their bum violently these last couple of days.
I know. I agree.
You would have think this was the Wizard of Oz, just clap your shoe 3 times and, everything's all rosy. I actually think this is giving Arteta a headache because, and this is the point I was trying to make, and maybe I didn't articulate it properly. For me, I don't think Arteta really wanted this signing. And if you're bringing in a player that you don't really want, and you're doing it because of the fans want it, or it's going to make your rivals look foolish, then I don't. And Arteta likes to be creative.
Yeah,
Brubs, this signing could even F things up in terms of dynamics.
Oh no, for sure. Well, but that's the manager's job, right? I agree too. I would love to see Eze in the 10, but playing the left wing and doing what he can do on that side in an area again, like TJ said before, where we're weak, I'm fine with that too. But you're right. I would rather have, bring me the Crystal Palace manager and send Arteta to Palace. Bring me Nuno right now because Nuno sounds like he's about.
Nuno's don't bring me Nuno. Nuno's dusty. I'm good without Nuno.
Yeah,
I'm good without Nuno, bro. I am enjoying that. I'm really gonna enjoy watching Ange Postecoglou ball at Forest. I'm gonna really enjoy watching.
That'd be interesting. Ain't balling nowhere, mate. He's not going to change.
Who did you call? What did you call him? A macaroni, dude? I don't know, man. That guy's a gangster. Who knows?
That guy is moving like a complete narcos. What he did to? I mean, Morgan Gibbs released a video today. You can see from his face, he really doesn't want to be there. He actually wanted.
It looks like a ransom video. I saw that.
Yeah, bro. If I was macaroni, I would stop allowing Gibbs White to film. Like, you know what? He's not even allowed access to his Instagram because every time he films, it just looks worse. It just looks like the brother is under duress. That's crazy.
Yeah. You should free Morgan Gibbs White right now. Go free him.
Free the brother. Free him right now.
He'll just get injured the 3rd week as well.
Whoa.
You got to look at your medical staff. You need to have a look at your medical staff, bro.
Who, for Spurs? I think we're doing all right now. Ange Postecoglou was a complete madman in how he's set up, but I think Thomas Frank he's doing something. Look, I don't want to get too carried away, but I don't think it's a coincidence that Richarlison bagged 2 goals on the weekend without croaking. People look at the 2 goals and go, "Oh, Richarlison scored 2." No, Richarlison scored.
They were class goals
and didn't croak because usually his knees go, his ankle go, something goes every time he stepped onto the pitch. So we know it's something about the training regime, the medical staff, how he works them. Yeah. What I love about Thomas Frank is the fact that what he's brought to my club is common sense football. No need to play no stupid high line. In fact, tomorrow when we play City's going to be playing a higher line than Spurs, and I'm all for it. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't mind Brennan Johnson having a foot race against
Man City.
Nouri.
Where you have to win the game tomorrow, Deji, is their transition to defense is fucking awful still.
The issue we have, look, if we had Ezee and Savinho, I'd be telling you both right now, sit back, relax, chill, and watch my club.
Oh, so you do rate Ezee, okay.
At the moment, we don't have a number 10. We don't have anyone on the left-hand side. I'll be lying to you if I believe Spurs could even draw tomorrow's game. However, if we were to get a draw or better, I will be pleasantly surprised. But looking at that City team, and I was one of the few people. This is how you know. Look, sorry guys, I have to use this opportunity to pick myself up sometimes because I get a lot of hate messages. I get a lot of edges of delusion.
Of course. Go for it.
I watched City in that Club World Cup. Even though they got knocked out by Al Hilal, I thought, bloody hell, they look brilliant, mate. That Reinders is a madman. Shaky looks good. Nouri fits in like a glove. They can be very scary. Hence why, when I did my preseason prediction, I put City to be second. And I gave Liverpool first because I thought, you know what? There's pretty much no weakness in that Liverpool team. And then they could add Isak. It's a complete disaster. Right. If they add Isak,
I don't think Isak's going to go anywhere. I don't think Newcastle's ever going to let that happen. Unless 150 M's minimum.
They offered him 120.
Yeah, but even if Isak wouldn't go, that Ekitike is better than
I rate.
He's better than I thought, mate. He's a madman. Like, that's a striker. And when we're talking about, just so you know, because people have a go at me and says, "Oh, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about." I've said that Gyökeres would do well to get 18 goals. Dej, Gyökeres needs time to settle. He was the best striker in Europe. Look at Ekitike's performance in his first game for Liverpool, and look at what Gyökeres has been dishing out. Right. So before you troll me, just use your eyes, contact lenses, and see for yourself, and stop and put down the Budgie Banton and say, you know what? For once, this guy is making sense. So for me, Thomas Frank, he surprised me. When we slapped you guys up in Hong Kong, I was pleasantly surprised. We got a draw against Newcastle. We then drew. Whether you like it or not, we drew with PSG when we were expecting to get spanked, and we made light work of Burnley. Thomas Frank has brought common sense back to North London, and for that reason, I know Spurs will finish top 8.
But he didn't bring Ezee.
This ain't giving him the tools to finish top 4. Because if had Ezee been in this team, I'm telling you, Tottenham are getting top 5.
Top 5, okay. I know. Actually, I hear that, but without him, the in your squad right now, you get, I would say, top 10. And that's even with Thomas Frank in there, because you don't like where are the goals coming from consistently. That's another thing that we need to talk about as well. I rate your back line. Your back line looks very good. Van de Ven, Udogie when he comes in, Cuti Romero, your new captain. Like he when he's not out there getting red cards, he can play he can play decently. Look, that is where I am going to compliment you. But you're creatively in the midfield, it's sus. And once you play somebody that's a little bit more defensively sound than Burnley, you might be running into problems. That's all I'm going to say.
No, I agree. Look. Ideally, I would have loved for this game to be later in the season, but it is what it is. Look, if Tottenham can get the 2 players now, and what I'm talking about is none of this crap of Tyler Diblin, none of this Harvey Elliott nonsense. I'm talking big game players. Right now, we are talking to Rodrigo. We've agreed that we can pay his fees. However, hear me out. It's not a permanent signing. It's potentially a loan. A loan could work. A season-long loan could work. If not him, I would like Savio. We're hearing that Tottenham are going to probably meet the asking price tomorrow because of the embarrassment. I was speaking to LB earlier, Man City fan.
Big up LB.
I was listening to that.
Legit. It's like Kudus on the left and thinks we haven't seen the best of him because Pep has been playing him on the wrong side of the pitch. He thinks he's better as a left winger than a right winger. Tottenham bring in Savio, and we've got Kudus on the right. Now it starts to look interesting. And then the final piece, because I'm not going to lie to you, Maddison's not the guy for me, too injury prone.
Yeah,
And Kulusevski is not a natural 10. But I need a Morgan Gibbs White, an Ezee, or a bloody, what's that? Is it Morgan? Is it Morgan Rogers from Aston
Morgan
Villa?
Rogers?
Yeah. If we could get Morgan Rogers, I would be very, very happy. And Spurs can cook. When we don't sort out that 10 position, I agree with you, TJ. I think Spurs is looking at top 8.
Is Spurs a bigger club than Villa?
Say that again?
Is Spurs a bigger club than Aston Villa right now?
Of course we are.
Yeah, they are. They are, Dal.
100%.
Come on, man. They are. They're not great, but they're not.
90 million? You're going to probably 90 million they want for Morgan Rogers, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're not going to spend that kind of money on Morgan Rogers. But, Aston Villa, unfortunately for them, they want to bring in players, but they got the whole FFP thing. So they might just do it, in order to kind of make things happen. But for me, Morgan Rogers might say, you know what, I want to play Champions League football. That's the method.
Yeah, that's true. You guys got
big up here to there, by the way. Big up here to there. By the way, before we continue, smash the likes. We got 27 inside and only 15 likes. That's ridiculous. Get us up to 20 likes. That return is like Spurs goals this season. Like where they're gonna struggle. We are struggling. The GA is not GAing right now. So get it up. Get the ratioing right now, guys. And big up here to there for being here. Big up that guy. I haven't seen you in a while, man. No, okay. So Deji, you say you're saying top 10 minimum.
I'm saying top 8 with our
top 8. Okay. Top 8.
We're able to do good business, Savio, and a credible 10. And because we're looking at a guy called Nico Paz, who's under your old boy Cesc Fabregas at Como. Yep. Apparently, he's meant to be a baller. We've been looking at Almo as well from Barcelona. Look, I don't know how realistic any of these signings are.
Almo?
But we need, but to be real with you, bro, to be real, if Tottenham want to consider themselves to be a big team, which I thought we were doing, hear me out. The Kudus signing is a great signing.
It is.
I've even argued that Kudus, when you really break down and strip him back, he's probably up there, if not slightly edging Saka. What Saka has over Kudus is that he's able to score goals on a consistent basis. But actually, when you look at actual players, pace, strength, dribbling, creativity, you're gonna have to give it to Kudus. Whether you like, you gotta give Kudus.
I would give it to him on strength. I'd give it to him on strength, but dribbling and pace, Saka have it.
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure about that, bro.
I'm pretty sure.
They're almost the same player, but Kudus is a little bit stronger, more muscular, willing to go in the tackles a bit more. But the thing I think, like I said before, if we do have Ezee on the left, that will open up the double teams off of Saka more. Because now if the double team's concentrated more on Ezee, that lets Saka do Saka things, right? And it does. It's going to be think about it. If you're a center back and you're getting the attack and you have Gyökeres coming at you and you have Saka here and Ezee there, that's
right. So I thought about that. And so hear me out, TJ and Dal. Hear me. I thought about all of this. So Crystal Palace 2 seasons ago, when they had Elise, it used to be the Elise and Ezee show. And the reason why it was the Elise and Ezee show was because these brothers sat back and said, you know what, you two demons, you get that ball and you run the hell out of these at the fence and do what the hell you like. And then I said, I could kind of see that relationship with Kudus and Ezee. Because remember, Thomas Frank don't mind sitting back, stinking out the place. We saw it against PSG, and I do wonder, had Ezee been on the pitch, could Spurs have a second trophy? Now, the issue we have at Arsenal is you man don't sit back. You just don't do it. You did it a couple. You did it against.
I think I know what you're gonna say, and it's gonna stink because I'm gonna agree with you. Dang it.
That relationship that we're talking about, Ezee and Saka, can you do that when you've got the ball? Doesn't work. It works for teams that sit back and want to hit people on the counter with quick transitions. Arsenal don't do that. You guys want to pass people to death, and that's why I don't know. Rather than me being disingenuous and say it won't work, I will tell you tonight, I don't know whether what you're hoping for can click. Because for me, Ezee was coming to replace Son. He was coming in to be the number one man. He's the number one man at Palace.
So he wasn't coming in to play the 10. He was coming in to play left wing, is what you're saying?
For who?
Ezee.
For you. Ezee was coming in to play left wing for you. He's going to come in and replace Son.
He was coming in to straight play the 10.
Over Madison.
Over Madison.
But you just said replace Son. So I'm like, what do you mean?
In terms of
status? Okay, fine. Okay.
However, Ezee's coming into an Arsenal team full of world beaters. We got the best striker in Europe. We got Saka. We got Odegaard. We got Saliba. And all of a sudden now, he has to adapt where he has to play possession ball, by the way. You know, when you're under the cosh and all you know is to survive, it's very difficult when you're on top. Yeah? You know how easy it is if I won the lottery, if I won which state did someone win like $300 million? If I win $300 million, I'm going to give 50 mil here, 10 mil here, about this here. But when you get there, you're like, I got all this money and I don't know what to buy.
Oh, I do.
Oh, yeah.
You can give me that money right now. I could form a whole new 11 with Arsenal given $1 billion. I do it on FIFA like every other month.
No, I hear what Deji's saying though. This
is again, 1 second, TJ, a transformative signing for us. TJ knows it, I know it, and I think you know it too, Deji. This could change the way we play. If he goes, here's what I want to see. I want to see a 4-2-3 formation. Because that will give Gyökeres the room he needs with our wing backs coming in, right?
He played that against Athletic Bilbao, by the way,
and it worked. We won 3-0. Or was it 3-1? 3-0.
It was 3-0.
3-0. Right. See, what I saw against United was Gyökeres not knowing where to be because everything was so central and compact. Right now it's Ezee because that's Martinelli ball. Right, Martinelli gets the ball out wide. He runs it central, with his head down, tries to get around the defender, which rarely works. But see, now we have that player that can beat that fullback. Now we have that player that can really invert and swing one in far post with his right foot. How we saw Martinelli do that twice in 2021, right? So, I mean, it's going to be a different dynamic. If he officially does the 4-2-3-1 and leaves Gyökeres that space to run with the ball and which with Ezee and Saka providing, some whip balls across the box, it's going to be peak, bro. I mean, once it clicks, it's going to take time to click. As much as I hate Havertz, I decide to give him 8 to 10 games. We have to do the same for Gyökeres because not only one, we know he's better. We all know he's better. There's no debate that Gyökeres isn't better than Havertz. There's no debate, right?
I'm not sure.
Remember, well, hold on. It's two types of playing styles, right? So what Arteta has now is, like you said, it kind of was a problem, but it's a good problem to have. We just need to sell Lokonga, Reece Nelson, Zinchenko, and Martinelli. And then we need to put Rodrigo in on loan so Ezee can come in for Odegaard. When Odegaard's tired in the 78th minute, he can move left to 10, and we can have Rodrigo in as a left wing because we may get him on loan as well.
Dal, can I ask you a question?
Sure, absolutely.
And because I think Deji made a good point, and honestly, after this, I'm going to go take a cold shower because I just said that Deji, I think, made a good point. Okay.
Even the sun shines out.
This guy, the problem is Arteta and his ability to adjust. And and I have serious doubts that he is going to be able to adjust his style of play to the kind of profile of striker that Gyökeres is. Gyökeres is not necessarily a guy that runs the channels. Like, yeah, he can get in behind if there's enough space, but he holds up the ball, he's physical, and he can make something out of nothing. But if you can't feed him, which is the problem that we saw against Man United, it's cooked before it even begins. Like, there were a couple of times on the ball where I thought he had cinder blocks for feet. I didn't know what he was doing out there. And that really worries me because that's not necessarily a him problem. That's a manager understanding where your players excel and where they don't excel problem. And that is truly worrying to me. And I need to see improvement against Leeds. Otherwise, we go into Liverpool, we go to Forest away, and then we have Manchester City at home immediately after.
It's tough. Well, I want to recant a little bit of that. Well, my thought is, is that it's his real first official game for Arsenal. He's playing away at Old Trafford, which no one likes to go to, right? A hard place for us to go to, for sure. And he's playing against his own manager, right? So he had 3 things going against him, essentially. And he's still trying to learn the rhythm of the game. You're right. He looked like he had lead boots on. But at the same time, he was doing what he was told. Unfortunately, it was by this shit manager. But I do think that it's going to open up. And number one sign of that already is that he's already officially the one to take all the penalties. And I know that's not a big deal, but at the end of the day, that means there's trust.
That's
right. It kind of trusts him to put the ball in the back of the net. Right.
We've
seen Saka miss, and we sure haven't seen Odegaard miss. I think Rice should be taking all the free kicks and penalties, but no, he gave it to the new kid Gyökeres. And I don't think it's to stack numbers or any conspiratorial shit like that. I think it's to get him up there to get the confidence to put the ball in the back of the net. And this will work. This will work. You can, if it's as long, but I believe you too, TJ. It's up to Arteta and Odegaard to make it work. If Odegaard is doing Odegaard things, he's not going to be successful. Go ahead.
Let me throw my fourth spanner in the mix, because this has been a great show and the time is just flying by.
Yeah, and I still have. I know you only got like 10 minutes, but I have another question. I have another question for you about Tottenham. But keep going.
Let's keep going.
Go ahead.
So TJ made a great point, and I just say firstly to that point, and now you're gonna add Ezee into the mix. Hold that for a moment. Now, for me, Arsenal's problem is that sometimes the answer and the solution is in your face, but you just, for whatever reason, it's almost like you want to fight against what we already know. Ethan Nwaneri is a bad man. Look, I hate your team, but I talk about Ethan Nwaneri everywhere I go, because at the end of the day, I'm a lover of the game and real recognize real. I see a baller when I know it. Tottenham's equivalent of Ethan Nwaneri, not the same position, but in terms of solidity, legitness, certified, is Viskovic. Not Bergvall, not Archie Gray, not Mikey Moore, not Tell, not Odegaard, Viskovic. That's the guy that's legit that we want to take out on loan. The other guy that is legit, that can do something for Arsenal, is that Max Baumann. Play them two brothers, and this conversation we've had today didn't need to happen.
With this,
you guys are more focused on the unknown, when really you've got proven. They don't need to be proven. They're ballers. But yet you won't do what you need to do. And that, again, is why Arsenal as a football club cannot be trusted. That's why I think you guys are bums, because you distract your fan base when really the answer is right in front of you.
They distract the mouth breathers, that's for sure. They do.
What's that?
They distract the mouth breathers for sure.
It's too much. Max Baumann, Ethan Nwaneri, and you're a completely different team. And
I think it's I don't want to be. I rate Baumann as a player, but I think how they are developing him and taking their time and bringing him into the first team consistently is the right move. He will play in the Carabao Cup. He will play in the early rounds of the FA Cup. Get some minutes coming on in the 65th minute or so, and showing what he can do at the top level. I just think we're getting a little too gassed for Max Baumann off of a couple of preseason games. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching him cook in Asia. I enjoyed it. He looked good. But let's go with what we have proven in the squad right now, which you have Ethan Nwaneri that can play in the 10, and you have Odegaard who obviously is going to play in the 10, and then obviously, and you think Ezee is going to play in the 10.
Well,
so where does Baumann fit in there?
Well, let's go on form for a moment. Yeah, not age, not profile. Let's go on form.
In form. It's easy to say that when you play in Singapore Like
Dalman played on the right wing against Spurs. I think Saka's stinking out the place. Let's not lie, guys.
against United, he did, but he also wasn't getting any help. He was getting double teamed again, and I blame the manager for that too. By the way, I don't blame him.
As he's going to pull a double team.
Saka's my guy.
And break the low block.
Big up Saka. He's from Lagos in Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? We're from the same country.
Big up Saka every time.
Saka, it's been looking bummy for a minute, guys. Let's stop this. Let's stop it. Stop it now. It's all right to say that your star boy ain't the star boy. He's not shining bright. Maybe
he didn't shine bright in one match.
Let me ask you this, Desi.
He's just not that guy at the moment.
You know we struggle with the low block. We have for the last 2 or 3 seasons. Does Ezee open up the low block?
Yes, he does.
Thank you.
So he's the replacement for Starboy.
No, he's on the left side, open up the low block.
Anyway, we will see against Liverpool.
He's not going to take over Odegaard's spot.
He's playing the left side, and it's pissing me off. He's not playing on the left.
He's not taking Odegaard's spot, does he? So what's our midfield three? Ezee, Rice, and then Odegaard?
You can't.
Which I'm all for.
You can't. You're not sticking Zubamendi.
What's the three? What's the three? Say it again.
No, you're not sitting Zubamendi. That's why I think Ezee has to play on the left. He has to play on the left because he doesn't fit into the midfield anywhere. He's not going to drop Zubamendi, who he just brought in as a marquee signing. He's never going to drop Odegaard because he's his captain. He's invested way too much in him. And you can't sit Declan Rice because Declan Rice has been our most consistent midfielder the last 2 years.
Yeah, for real.
So it's in my opinion, it's not even a dilemma. It's not even a dilemma.
Declan Rice together on the left side.
Dude, I know it's tough to be excited about, and we have somebody that's actually creative and is not gonna just jet down the left side. And look, against some teams it works, but you need somebody on the left wing that's able to hold up play and do something creative, which is what this team has needed for a long time, especially with a target man like Gyökeres in the 9. Like you have to have him there. You have to have him there. Otherwise, Deji, honestly, in my opinion, and people can disagree, the signing doesn't make sense. The signing doesn't make sense.
That's the point I've been trying to make for the best part of 57 minutes.
Get off the Buju Batten.
Crazy, bro.
TJ, you just took a puff of Deji's Buju Batten, TJ.
Dude, no.
This signing makes sense.
God,
it makes sense in every.
You don't have the answers, TJ.
Do you have the answer? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I think we should get to predictions quickly.
Okay. You want to? No, actually, I want to do one more thing. I want to ask Deji one question before we go.
Not a
Deji, and then I'm not even taking the piss. How far do you get in the Champions League this season? With getting top 8, because you're going to get top 8, right?
Look, can I give you 2 answers?
Yes, of course. You're the guest. We roll out the red carpet for you, my friend.
Thank you, my bro. So, look, with the current squad, I think it's a top 8 team. I think Thomas Frank has shown that tactically he's very astute, and with the minimal resources, he's able to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I think the performance against PSG proved that. And dare I say, for those who are locked on, make sure you smash a like. He may even pull a rabbit out of the hat tomorrow against City. Do you get me? Who happens to be Tottenham's favourite team to play against anywhere in the Prem. Champions League football, under this current squad with no signings, I think Tottenham can get to the round of 16 for sure.
Round of 16.
If we bring in Savinho and we bring in a credible 10, so when I say a credible 10, not a Harvey Elliott, someone of Eze's level or higher. Yeah. You're lying, but it's legit. We've been linked with him.
Yeah, I know. I actually saw that.
If we get Harvey Elliott, I might smash my head on the next time I'm on this show. Yeah, because I'm not gonna have that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like legit. Like I'm not having it. If we bring in a credible 10,
you're gonna bring Nunes from City.
Hell no, bro. Hell no. So we're talking top 4, top 5. And I think I can expect a minimum quarterfinal quarterfinal berth of Spurs. If we get
Minimum,
quarterfinal
okay.
and
Minimum
full
quarterfinal.
Quarterfinals.
I think it's top. I think it's top 16. I think it's top 16 at the most for Tottenham. At the most.
That's the funniest comment I've heard all day. Quarterfinals of the Champions League with Spurs.
With this squad, I don't know, man. It is a little far-fetched.
Now, can I be real? There's some
context.
You guys both know my views on European football. I don't mean it in a disparaging way, but I do think European football is pretty dusty. I think, and people say this, but what about Real Madrid? What about Barcelona? What about? No, those are good teams.
A bit about win.
Those are good teams in dusty leagues.
Stop.
Yeah? Those leagues are
Stop.
Yeah?
Stop.
So no, that's the truth.
Real, did you guys even beat Real Betis last season?
Bro, we didn't.
Did you guys even beat Valencia last season?
We weren't in the same competition.
You don't think Pepe would do things against the Spuds? Come on, bro.
Bro, you got.
So can I remind you? Losses.
Can I remind you that the Champions League is tiered? Yeah, so there's 4 tiers.
I know it's tiered, homie.
I think Tottenham is ranked 2nd tier. I think.
To what?
So I think
with the coefficient.
Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
I'm telling you, barring the tier 1s, everybody else Spurs should be able to beat.
You are high on the bougie Banton big time this Friday, my friend. Bro, you guys aren't even going to get out of the fucking group stage. Come on.
Oh, they will. They will. They'll get into the playoffs.
If it's Ajax or Dortmund, or you can throw.
It depends on who they play in the league stage. It depends on who they play in the league stage. I will reserve my prediction, but I think they get into the playoffs. They'll get into the playoffs.
Oh, come on.
Dude, you also got to remember that it's like Red Star Belgrade, Young Boys. Like you got dusty teams there too, man.
Young boys would push your clubs. Desi, let's be real. We got Don C in the building, my guy.
I got Don C. All right. Let's get into predictions real quick. Let's fire them off before Deji has to go. Deji, you play Man City tomorrow. Tomorrow. How you feeling, bro? You look stressed.
I'll be honest with you guys, my bros. I'm still not recovered from the whole Ezee debacle. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't recovered. Like, I'm pissed. So because of that, I don't see how this Tottenham team gets anything from City tomorrow. Look at Reinders, Nori, these men are Amouche, like it's madness. Yeah. Haaland against the Tottenham team that doesn't have someone on the left, that doesn't look, it would have been difficult with all of our players there, made even more difficult with no creativity, no left-hand side. I've gone with a Man City to win 3-0, but if that doesn't happen, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's wow. All right. That was overly honest. I think I gave it a 3-1. What did you where are you going with that one, Doc?
That's 3-1. 3-1.
Yeah, I think you guys will score. You guys will score.
You guys will get one. They're like TJ said, they're not good on the transition, bro.
Yeah.
They are slow in transition. And their defense front line is still kind of mid, but once they get going, Deji, I think it's going to be hard for you guys to defend against that attack.
Acers is predicting a red card too. Jeez. Okay, real quick. Bournemouth Wolves. Bournemouth at home.
Bournemouth Wolves. Bournemouth win. I think, look, any team that loses their 2 best players, Nori and Cunha, is going to struggle. They haven't been able to replace them. I think they brought in that brother from Fluminense, John Arias. He needs time to settle from Brazil to England. I think he's just having the fish and chips and he's realized, mate, that ain't what I've been used to down in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. So, look, I think Bournemouth, they look settled. They look good against Liverpool, bro. They were just unlucky and came up against a superior team. I think Bournemouth slapped them up 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0. I'm going 3-0. Semenyo's gonna cook again, dude. I rate that guy highly. I'm going 3-0 Bournemouth, and I think Wolves are gonna are in big trouble this season. They could go down. Yeah. I think this could be a season where two championship teams stay up. Yeah, it's a possibility. I think Sunderland will definitely stay up.
I
Definitely.
got if I can say, I got West Ham and Brentford to go down with Leeds.
Oh, dude, see, right now it's just so early. It's too early to tell because you don't know, but it's too early to tell. But just the way that Wolves looked last week, and the way that West Ham looked this season or last week and earlier, bro, I think West Ham are in serious trouble. Like right now, if you ask me, I would say West Ham, Wolves, and Burnley.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, Dow, what do you got for Bournemouth Wolves?
2-0 Cherries.
Okay, Burnley hosting Sunderland.
Already.
I think Scott Parker he's got a great idea in what he's trying to do, and I think Sunderland were playing against the dusty West Ham team. I don't actually think Sunderland.
They had him pinned back the entire match. It was crazy.
I'm gonna go with a Burnley win, man. I think Burnley are good.
Okay.
I think you've got them cooking. It's just that they came up against Spurs, but I wouldn't be surprised if Burnley get a 2-1.
I'm really glad that I didn't put any money on that one. I'm gonna share my parlay at the end here, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't put any money on that one because I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for a draw. I think I put Sunderland on Staffy's channel. I think I'm gonna go for a draw here. I'm gonna go 1-1.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Sunderland.
2-1 Sunderland. All right, fair enough. Brentford, Aston Villa.
I think Villa win that game. They win it because Brentford again. They've lost players. They lost their manager as well.
Yeah, they have like their boot guy as their new manager now. It's absolutely crazy.
That's why I got Brentford to go down. So I think Villa win that game quite easy. Could easily be 3-0.
Yeah. Well, I got 2-0. I got 2-0. Aston Villa didn't look good necessarily last week, and Konsa's out. But I still don't think Brentford have enough to score, to be honest with you. I don't. They're in trouble. I'm going 2-0. 2-0.
I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna go 4-1.
4-1.
Because I think Leon Bailey's back. They've got, obviously Ollie Watkins up there. And Brentford are bad. I have Brentford going down over West Ham. I have Brentford, Wolves, and Burnley, but I mean you could throw West Ham in there too, right? But
I think Brentford will scrape it.
Open it up. Big up Hendo.
Yeah. Big up Hendo. Big up Hendo. All right. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace at home.
That's a good game.
Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. So if Ezee is at Crystal Palace, I don't know because I don't know if the medical's been done. But if Ezee was to play,
medical's done today.
Medical's done today. They're going to introduce him at the Emirates, but he's not going to play.
He's going to play against Liverpool.
I still think Glasner's got enough in there to be Nottingham Forest.
Oh, I agree. Especially with all the bullshit that's going on over there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
What do you got?
2-1 Palace.
I'm going 2-1 Palace as well, actually.
So Palace and who again?
Palace and Forest.
I'm going to go 2-2. That's a draw. One of the teams scored late.
Yeah, I just think Palace looks so good defensively against Chelsea. I rate them.
Organized.
Yeah, Glasner's got them cooking, and that's why I don't think they're too worried about letting Ezee go, man. I really don't. Everton at home to Brighton, opening that brand new stadium.
No, I think Everton have brought some really, really good players, but I wasn't surprised by them losing to Leeds this week because I feel like Everton is just one of those.
I think that was a lot of vibes at Ellen Road.
I think Brighton win this game. Weirdly, I think Brighton win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going Brighton. I'm going Brighton 1-0. Stinky.
They're a good team, man. Minty Breath and Mitoma, they're a problem.
Minty, I wouldn't mind him at the Emirates.
I'm gonna go with our man Hendo 1-1. Those teams even each other out.
Okay, Fulham at home to Man United, Craven Cottage.
You know what? In my head, I've got Fulham to win 2-1.
I see a 1-1 draw. 1-1.
I think there's an over-reliance, and it's the same criticism. I got to give the same energy to United that I give to you guys. I think there's an over-reliance on this number 9. Not saying you need 9s, but your 9s ain't what you think they are, and I think United will suffer. For me, Diallo, Amarin's got to find a way to have Diallo, Mbuemo, and Cunha on the pitch. But because they need to accommodate Sesko, who's on 250 grand a week, by the way, what has he done to even earn that kind of peas?
That's crazy.
I think
Crazy overpay.
And you know, Fulham just have a system that works. Muniz is a madman. Like, I would rather have Muniz than Sesko because I see what he can do. You know,
he's decent.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go 2-1 Fulham. I think exactly what Des just said. I think they're just more of a team, right? I still look at United, and yeah, they're getting names in there, but those names don't blend. Like, I would never have Kuna and Bremo and Sesko like in my FIFA or my Football Manager. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of, to me, United right now is just a bunch of thrown names together. They're kind of getting whoever they can get to try and change the vibe, right, of what's going on overall, which isn't good. You know, when you have a new ownership who comes in and lets go of the staff and stops paying some of the ambassadors, and it takes time to fix the roof, right? And they had issues with the food. I mean, I just think United still is. I still don't even think Amarim's safe. I mean,
no, Amarim definitely isn't safe.
It's one of the toughest jobs in world football, right? But I don't want to go on that. I would Don see 2-1, and like Deji said, because Fulham are more of a team, more of a unit, and they can get through some tough times. They're decent. I rate their striker, Munez.
And Marco Silva is a good manager.
Yeah.
Marco Silva is a fantastic manager. Yeah, I just think, something tells me 1-1 on that one. All right, Newcastle at home to Liverpool. Game of the weekend.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a feisty affair. It would have been an interesting game, to say the least, had Isak not thrown his toys out the pram. I do think there's something about player power, and I feel like maybe where that's where Ezee gets a little pat on the back. He's been absolutely professional for Palace, turned up, training hard until the transfer is done. Isak, I don't like that, and he's actually he's robbed Newcastle of points. I think if Isak played against Villa last week, Newcastle win. And I think if Isak is in the squad, even if he then ends up leaving to go to bloody Liverpool after the game, give them the 3 points and give you a little farewell hurrah. Newcastle fans would have respected him and loved him. You know, Savio is going to play against Spurs tomorrow, win, lose or draw, and then possibly go do his medical on Monday. This football, man. So for me, because Isak ain't there, I can only see one winner, and that's Liverpool.
Yeah. What do you got for a score?
I think it's going to be 3-0, man.
Dal, what do you got, man?
Well, when I did the gracious, fantastic tour at St. James Park about 12 days ago.
Yeah, keep rubbing it in, man. Jesus. Keep rubbing it in.
Shout out to the tour guides at St. James Park. The fans there are not happy with Isak at all. In fact, I brought it up. I was telling Hendo this when we had beers last week that, one of the fans, a female there, is like, we're burning his shirt. It's done. I mean, he's separated himself from the squad. Obviously, he's training separately, but I don't think Liverpool are done. I think Isak's going to make a move actually on the last day of the season. I mean, last day of the window. Excuse me. I think they're going to come up with 150 mil. I think they're going to probably sell a couple people at Liverpool, maybe some no names, just to cover that 30 mil, and they're going to slap it there on August 30th, and he's going to wear the red. At this point, he has no choice. But for my score, I got to go 3-0 too, because Newcastle are nothing without him. And shout out Mama Flossie. I don't really rate Joelinton. I rate Bruno Guimaraes, but not even the wingers. It's going to be really tough for them. So Liverpool for sure, 3-0.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of distractions. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool because I think Newcastle are going to be scrappy. I would not be surprised if we see a red card in this game. Like, not one bit. I think that midfield is just going to be dirty as hell. They're going to be protecting their home. They don't want to get embarrassed. The news media has been all over him about this Isak situation. I think it's going to be a distraction. And but it's not going to be embarrassing. I think it'll be a 2-1 Liverpool. Just because and Liverpool took a minute to get out of the blocks against Bournemouth, by the way. That has to be considered. I think they'll grow into it, and I think they'll be a little bit more they'll be killers halfway through the season. But right now it just seems like they're in second gear, I guess. All right, last but not least, Arsenal at home to Leeds.
Yeah, look, I think it's an easy win for you guys. I think I've got Leeds to go down. I did my predictions before the weekend's game, so I'm going to stay consistent. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal win 4-0. Maybe Gyökeres gets his first goal, but that doesn't mean he's going to go on a run. It just means Leeds is that bad. You're playing a championship team against a Prem team, so yeah, it could quite easily be 4-0 Arsenal.
Dow?
Nice. I'm conflicted between 3-0 and 3-1 because I still think we're sus in the transition, right? I think if Gabriel or Saliba just put a foot wrong, it's a goal, right? I do trust them. I think they're a great pairing, but I still think we have mistakes in this right now. And like Des, said, preseason isn't always the gauge, but it kind of is because we did not look good against United, and I still think there's mistakes that can be found out in the back. So yeah, I gotta go 3-1.
Man, Hendo, yeah. If it's 0-0, it's cooked. Sack him in the tunnel, bro. I'm going 2-0, and I don't think it's gonna look good. I still think you're gonna see some gelling going on. Some mistakes being made. There were just so many errant passes against United, so many balls over the top that didn't hit anywhere near them. Like I honestly think, the quality of our squad is going to be enough to get it over the line, but you're going to see some dusty football, I think, from Arsenal in certain phases of the game. But I'm going 2-0. I got to go 2-0, and I hope it's not that bad, and I hope we get some form going into Anfield because that's really what this game is all about. That's what this match is all about. Is gaining steam. We have to gain steam because if we draw, like Hendo was saying, might as well not even show up to Anfield, even if Ezee is there.
Right, and I want to which let me reiterate real quick. Still, that 1-0 Old Trafford does mean something. Saka came out and said we didn't play well, it wasn't working, but we'll get it right. Even if your players are noticing that it's not working well,
they know.
Right, but that's a good sign that at least comes out and has the cojones to say that, hey, we did not play well, but we still got the points at Old Trafford. And at the end of the season, the 3 points could matter. We all know that 3 points could matter because, again, we do not have to go there for the rest of the season unless it's a cup game.
Yep.
And that's always been a kind of a bogey. So, I think, again, I didn't mention earlier, the fourth aspect of that game was now the momentum going into the Leeds game. They were pumped after that 1-0 game. It wasn't the best for us visually again, but again, the motivation from each weekend can help for the following weekend. We know this to be true in football. Motivation is the X factor, man. So, yeah, I hope we go out there and I hope we destroy Leeds.
Yep, me too. All right. All right, guys, that's the show. Big up Deji for being here, my friend. Deji, what do you got coming? Do you got anything coming up tomorrow? Are you gonna be singing some Cyndi Lauper for us early in the morning here in the US, or?
Yeah, so my son's got a game in the morning. But if I get back in time, definitely I'll be doing a watch along. I will be dropping some rhythms, win, lose, or draw. I hope they're gonna be rhythms for when we win. Do you know what I mean? I got some party hard. I got some. I'm a winner.
Oh, boy.
And, I got some tunes.
Music.
Yeah, so I can hopefully drop that. And then, that's it really for the weekend. And then I'll be on Dan Potts and others. But guys, look, I really want to do this kind of regular. If there's a way that we can kind of capture the kind of predictions this week, I'd be happy to jump.
Dude, anytime. Yeah, we got you on WhatsApp anytime, my friend. Anytime, you're welcome back here. Dal, I will. If you're around on Sunday, we can do a little catch up if you want. I'm in St. Louis tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to, but I'll be back Sunday afternoon if you want to run a little something.
Yeah, I'm around.
All right, cool. All right, guys, we're going to redirect you over to that criminal Will over at Football Carnage. He's got In the Stream Dave there and a bunch of people yelling about La Liga. So go over there, say TJ Ward TV Raid. Go and subscribe to Deji if you haven't already. His link is in the title. And smash a like and comment on the video. We respond to every single comment. Until next time, we'll see ya. Come on, you Gunners, baby.